So welcome all traders for today's weekly market analysis, the week starting 23rd of the 1st, 2017. I need to update that. Okay, before we do get started, please make sure that you understand that any advice in today's session is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Okay, so let's have a look at what we have coming, and let me just have a quick little discussion on what's happened during the week that's just gone by. Essentially, just in case anybody has not watched anything on TV or not seen anything, been hiding under a rock so to speak, it is now official. Mr. Trump is the 45th President of the USA. And pretty much from this point moving forward, most analysts see the next 100 or so days as critical. His inauguration speech was focused on protectionism, and in the first 48 hours of the Trump presidency, the White House has already announced that the US will be withdrawing from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and they will seek to renegotiate the NAFTA agreement. The market was definitely spooked by all the commotion that took place during the inaugural speech, and the dollar was up prior to the day, but by day's end it had finished on a down. As we look ahead on particularly on the US dollar, there's already talks that as many as 200 executive orders which are targeting specifically Obama policies could be announced today as the market opens in the US, and we've a lot more to come. So we don't know if that's true, what's going to happen, but those are the stories that we're hearing. What does all this basically mean for the US dollar? It just basically means that there's a lot of uncertainty at the moment, and we could swing one way or the other in very, very rapid time depending on what sort of news is released. A lot of the movements are pretty much going to be based on euphoria. Some of them will have underlying fundamentals, but the euphoria is the initial reaction. The 3 rate hikes which we know the Fed Reserve would like to implement this year will now really depend on any fiscal stimulus which Mr. Trump may deliver. So the US dollar, the main message is just trade it with care, okay, as we are in a very volatile period, at least for the next 2 months or so. Okay, here we have a look at the sterling. Sterling had a very good week last week that just went, following PM May's Brexit speech, which pretty much gave investors a clear step forward on the method and what was to take place and their intentions in the break away from the European Union. The main thing to take from it is that Miss May pretty much said that she does not want to do a partial exit. She doesn't want to be a partial member. It's all or nothing. Okay, and so the market has reacted accordingly. An important time for us is the UK Supreme Court will deliver its verdict on Article 50. That's tomorrow, January the 24th, and it's almost certain that they will vote in favour, okay, of the Parliament's approval in triggering Article 50. What that basically means for the sterling is that it could spark another near-term spike on the GBP. So just keep aware of that. And if I look at my calendar, what I'm referring to is here. Okay, this one over here says the UE, the membership court ruling. Alright, so 8:30 tomorrow evening is a critical time. Let's move on to the euro. As expected, the ECB left monetary policies unchanged, and Mr. Mario Draghi made no mention that they were considering any further easing. And the euro pretty much finished the week where it started, so there was not much movement in the end. As we move closer to home, the Aussie dollar and the Kiwi dollar, they both end the week higher than where they started, and that's pretty much on the back that China released some stronger than expected economic reports throughout the week. Okay, so that's what's happened. That's where we sit. That's the general sentiment of the market. As I look ahead, the key event is the one that I've got marked here. It's the Article 50 court decision for the GBP. So if anybody's trading any sterling pair, just be on the lookout for that. Other important news: we have CPI numbers over here for the Aussie and for the Kiwi. Okay, so the commodity currencies, and we have unemployment claims for the US later in the week, as I've got indicated there. I think this week, purely because of the nature of the news that we have coming, the currency which is going to be probably the most volatile is going to be the GBP USD again. And last week when I said this, it did not disappoint. It gave us everything that we thought it would give us. So be alert, GBP USD is the volatile one for the week. Let me bring on my charts and let's start to analyze each currency as we move forward. Okay, now if anybody has any questions, especially if there's any newer people in the room, please feel free to ask away. They can be off topic. I will do my best to assist and fit them in where I can. Alright, so let me start off with our Aussie dollar. I'm on a different platform right now, just in between meetings, so I need to redraw on these current charts. So give me one moment. Aussie dollar, this is where we are. Let me have a quick look. Okay, important things that I can see straight away. This level which I had marked there has failed us, and basically the inside candles, the triple inside candles that I had spotted I think earlier during the week, these three over here, this is a really good example of where price action can actually protect you. There was a triple inside candle set up right there, but as you can see, the green candle broke on the upside, which basically means our pending order which we were trying to sell never got triggered into the market, which basically means nothing happened. We go back, we cancel it out, no harm done, we live to fight another day. Okay, so this is a really good example where price action can give us some protection. Now, I'm just curious to see, essentially the level itself, to trade this candle in the other direction, it's not really the best trade because it's not an absolute resistance. There was higher things over here in the market, so that's why I didn't mention it, and I didn't really basically push out any messages to go in the other direction, so just let this one go by. As I look at it now, there's only one thing I can see here. Let me just double check. I just want to see how close we are to a channel here. Let me see if I can squeeze this, make it fit, massage it or something. No, it's no go, so that one's out. Okay, Aussie US, we have pretty much nothing. I can see a potential head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, which would look, but it's not going to happen this week. I'll keep an eye on it. It will be like this. We still need the second shoulder to go that way, and then it can basically shoot off into this direction. But it's not quite ready yet. So the only thing I can see on the Aussie dollar at the moment is the following. We will look, we've broken this level. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete that level out because it's no longer relevant to me. It would appear that we could be in an uptrend. Okay, so what I'm going to specifically look for is any kind of pullbacks into this area over here, and over here I'm going to look for some price action activity to give me the confirmation to become a buyer into the Aussie USD. At the moment I am just sitting on the sidelines. There is absolutely nothing there. I just need to wait to see if I can get that pullback, and we're looking for a buying opportunity. This is the highest probability trade that I can see on the Aussie dollar. Can anybody see anything different? If you can, please let me know. Let me have a quick 4-hour look. No, nothing at all. Okay, so I will leave it at that. Aussie dollar, we are waiting for a bit of a pullback to see if we can get an entry and continuation into what appears to be a change in trend. Euro USD, let's have a look. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, Euro USD. It would appear that we might be in a transition. There really is nothing there. What I'm specifically looking for is I want to see what happens in this area here. Okay. It's not a particularly key level, but I would like to see this break it and then come back, give me something, and then shoot away. That's ideally what I would be looking for over here. There is the possibility it would be a bit of an aggressive trade if something's set up over here, like price action in this area, and then to trade it in the downward direction. This would be considered a fairly aggressive trade, because technically this is not a level until we get at least two touches or something that happened 2 times to confirm that it is a level. At the moment, it's just I'm speculating, will this act as a resistive point? Okay, so the reason I've drawn it in is not so much for this particular attempted trade, is what I'm more interested in. I'd like to see it broken, come back, give me the price action that I want, and then take the trade in this direction. Okay, Simon's just asking me a question. What about the channel on the 4-hour chart? It really wasn't that clean. See, if I draw it in for you, it's the reason I don't like it is because I would have liked to have included these areas here, especially on a smaller time frame, and I can see that the channel doesn't catch those. So the other part as well is when I measure this across, there's only 50 pips across this channel, Simon, which after I get my price action, let's say for example it was these, let's pretend that was a setup, it only leaves me a little tiny space to possibly get my trade away, which is not really, it doesn't even allow me for a 2-to-1 possibility. Okay, so this is the reason I didn't spot that. I did see it, but hopefully that answers your question. So the question was, why didn't I look at this 4-hour on my Aussie US dollar? Okay, so I'll just remove it. Alright, so pushing back to my Euro USD, so I'd like to see this level broken, pull back, price action, and then continuation. Until then, I've got nothing. Let's move on. Let's have a look at the GBP USD. Okay, now this one, to be perfectly honest with this one, even if I just don't want to trade it this week, especially, well, at least not until after tomorrow. In any case, I don't have a setup of anything. Let me see, as a 4-hour, why was I on a 4-hour? Okay, on a 4-hour chart, if you're very, very aggressive, actually today it would be okay. Okay, this is on a 4-hour chart. I can see this level here is clear. Okay, we are we're at a triple level. So what I would need to wait for is the current candle to finish, and then I need my next candle to be either inside it and the following to take the trade downwards. Alternatively, I need my next candle to at least body engulf it, and then when that one starts, take the trade downwards. So I need one of those two alternatives. Now, if the current candle keeps going up and finishes up there somewhere like that, just forget about it, and the level can be considered cleanly broken, and then we don't look at it anymore. Now, I am on a 4-hour here. I'm on a H4 chart. It's the only possibility to try and get a trade out on the GBP. Now, we will know this trade works by tonight. Okay, so all I need is 2 more candles, and I will know yes, the trade is on, or no, the trade cannot happen. Okay, is that clear for everybody? So that's GBP USD. I've had to step into a 4-hour to find anything. On my daily chart, there is nothing available for me. Let me move on. US yen. Okay. It's a shame we didn't get a setup of these 2 candles here, because that would have been what would appear a nice setup in this direction, but it's not to be. So those 2 candles do not confirm an entry for us. So let me just move into a 4-hour chart now on my US yen, see if I can see anything. That's a 4-hour. Now the difference between this channel and the Aussie US channel is that the distance across the channel is about 150 pips. So that generally will give you plenty of room to be able to take the trade. I have stepped into a 4-hour chart, but again, I don't actually have a setup right now, and I've actually moved away. I'm closer to the middle of the channel than anything else. So what I can do is I'll just leave this channel running on my 4-hour chart, and I could possibly pick up a trade tomorrow morning, and the highest probability trade I would say is probably down here, that you'll get a setup to go back up again. Okay, so draw a set of lines, parallel lines onto your US yen. You can see where I've drawn them in. There's lots of touches. The channel it's not absolutely textbook, because this little bit here is disturbing me. It's just popped out a little bit, but it's fairly contained. So just make sure that just draw on, have a look at it, and at least monitor it. Okay, so I'll look at this one as well, and we may be able to pick up a trade tomorrow morning on the US yen. Other than that, on a daily chart, there really isn't anything there. Where we are right now is not a key level. The next kind of key levels for me might be in this area here. Okay, now what I've done is I've just extended an area that was being supportive, then acted in resistance, shot straight through, and now that's that area there. The question mark would be, will it resist or will it break through? And price action trading is really all about finding the right market psychology in hot areas. This would be considered a hot area. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll also leave this grey line in my chart so that I remember where we are. Okay, so, and I'll stay on a 4-hour chart. So there is that possibility. You can see now that all of a sudden, if this was to come down into this area here, I would have two reasons to possibly take this trade: the channel and that area there. So this would increase the probability of this trade being successful. Okay, so now definitely mark this area and let's have a look at it. So it's around about the 111.50 mark. We're still a fair bit away from that, but nevertheless. All right, so let's keep that and let's see how that goes. Euro yen. Oh, the charts today are not helping me at all. They're really ugly looking charts. There's just nothing. What's going on? Okay, there is a body engulfing over here, but we've missed it. So this is about 3 days ago. This setup, this is a body engulfing type candle in what we would consider an uptrend. So if anybody might have taken that trade, they would still be in it, but it's not applicable to us right now. Let me step into a 4-hour chart again. Let's see if I can find something. I'm kind of reluctant to trade trend price action on a 4-hour chart, but if you don't mind doing it, there is a setup which is setting up right now of these two candles. Alright, as long as this current candle here, as long as this one here remains inside of that one, you will get, let's just say for example this candle finishes like this, okay, you will get a fractal over here, and then at the break of that candle you could try and trade it that way on the basis that we are in possibly a new trend and continue this way like that. Alright, now on a 4-hour chart I'm kind of a little bit more reluctant to it, but nevertheless I will highlight it for you. So if anybody's interested in it, you just got to wait out one candle and you're ready to have a look at it to see if you get triggered in. Okay, so that's on a 4-hour chart. Euro yen. Kiwi dollar. Alright. We were tracking this channel last week. I think we had a look at big breaking candle there. So if anybody took this trade, your entry would have been the start of the next candle, which is there in this direction. And right now you've sweated it out a little bit. And you're more or less around about break even at the moment. This is just showing a lot of big candles just going as such, which is kind of a little bit strange and rare for the Kiwi dollar. No, remember, like the Kiwi dollar last year definitely was the nicest, how can I say it, currency that sort of the nicest zigzagging currency, meaning it's just doing these types of actions all the time. So I was more than expecting it to trigger and to go into this direction, but it wasn't to be. Doesn't matter, price action protects us, so we stay and watch. Let me just have a look at one thing. I believe that I might actually have a harmonic pattern on here, or I might be close to one. Give me 1 second. No, I don't have anything. One's just finished. I just normally whenever you see like I haven't done harmonic patterns for a while actually, so we're due to do it soon. But whenever you see, does anybody in this room trade harmonic patterns? And whenever you see like a big W kind of, sees like a big W kind of pattern, or a big M in the other direction, usually it's a good clue that they're around. Okay, so if anybody's interested in harmonic patterns, just email me. I will do a class on it soon again. But right now, Kiwi dollar has got nothing. Let's see, 4 hour. No, nothing. It looks like the Aussie, so we'll leave it alone. US CAD. US CAD. I think last week in the daily call I did a trade with the CAD in it. What was it? I think it was the New Zealand CAD. It was a winning trade. It was consecutive candles. So that played out for us. The CAD's been... It's very volatile at the moment, specifically with these renegotiations of the NAFTA agreement and Mr. Trump and the cross-border agreements with Canada and the US. So and on top of that, oil has been quite volatile. So Canada is a currency that swings about a lot when oil is moving. It's a heavy commodity currency. All right, right now, anything that I can see, we're off the mark. Like the levels, we're not where I want to be. I would like all this to be over here or over here, and it's not. Doesn't even look like a fib level. Expanding trading range. Okay, US CAD, nothing. We'll leave it alone. Nothing at all. All right, let's move along. Aussie 200. Almost looks like a Renko chart. Okay, Aussie 200 is perfectly positioned for a trend continuation type trade. So what we're looking for right now is we would like tomorrow to be a little candle in there as such. The following day you break it and you trade it up into this direction. It doesn't look smoother, and it's perfectly, the level where we are right now is kind of around about there. I'm happy with that. That's what we're looking for. So this one is almost set for us to have a look tomorrow. We just need to wait for today's candle to finish, and then we want tomorrow's candle to finish looking like this little yellow one that I've just drawn in right now, and then hopefully on Wednesday morning we are able to place our pending order to break that inside candle. Alright, so that's Aussie 200. Last one for the week, we have oil. What have we got here? We've got a little bit of a mess over here. A lot of this is due to the recent meetings and the volatility. It's failing to get into trend, so it actually looks to me more like congestion. Let me just zone it up, and let's drop into a 4 hour. Let's have a closer look, see what we've got. It's still messy on a 4 hour. It's not swinging across to one side to the other cleanly, and at the moment we are right in the middle of it. Okay, so this one could present a really good trading opportunity over here or over here to trade as such. Alright, so you just got to wait for it to move to one of the edges and then look for your price action, and it should give us a nice high probability range trading opportunity. Okay, where what we're trying to do is we're trying to move from one side to the other as such. Alright, so that's oil, and that's, I've gone into a 4 hour chart to see that. So if you're looking at oil, basically just zone it up and let's see how it plays out for you. Okay, any questions on anything, please type them in. They can be off topic. If you'd like me to have a look at something, type it in. Let me go back and quickly review what I've covered. The charts are not very kind to us today at all. Starting off with the US Aussie, our own Aussie dollar, and what we're looking for here is we're looking for some pullback, price action, and then continuation of trend. That's the best probability that we have. The Euro USD, what do I have on the Euro USD? Euro USD, we're going to monitor this key level to see if we break through it. Ideally, we want to break through it, come back, get the price action, and then continue. Okay, so I've marked that out just to see how that level goes. If I'm an aggressive trader and I do get price action there, I could consider the sell. GBP USD, we were on a 4-hour chart. We need to wait for the current candle and the next candle, so probably in the next 6 hours we will see. We've got a setup to be sellers on GBP USD 4-hour chart. US Yen 4-hour chart, we have identified a channel, but we're right in the middle, so we need to wait for the edges. If it does fall down like we hope it does to this level, this will be a key trade, because this level is from previous resistance and it would coincide with the current channel. Euro Yen on a 4-hour chart, as at the conclusion of this candle here, if you still have an inside candle situation across these two candles there, then you've got the opportunity to take this type of trade. It is a little bit more aggressive. Kiwi dollar, we said we got nothing. US CAD, nothing as well. Aussie 200, on a daily chart, we are poised to get an inside candle for continuation of trend, so we just got to wait out today and tomorrow's candle and then see if we get the setup. Finally, WTI on a 4-hour, we're in a range. Let's wait till we move to one of the edges. Someone's asking me about gold. Give me a moment. Where is my gold on this account? I need to change accounts. Okay, gold. Oh. Okay, gold daily, we got this level here, which has given us some history of bounce, come back, and now the question marks is whether will it be resistive. Now, let me zoom in again. Oh, this candle over here wasn't quite a body engulfing. It looked like a railroad a little bit, not big enough. So you got to wait this one out. See if you have a look there. All right, someone's asking me to have a look on a weekly chart. Give me 1 second. On a weekly chart, basically what would happen is you need to wait for all week for this candle to finish. Okay, and if tomorrow, next week, this one is inside, for example, then you can place your trade to go down. That's on a weekly chart. Okay. Anybody have any other questions? Anybody want me to have a look at something else? I'm more than happy to. We've got a little bit of time. This week the charts weren't very kind to us. Someone's asking GBP, JPY. Let's have a look. Okay, I did see this one. Actually, there's a trade here. Now, I saw this one this morning. I saw it on the pound yen and I saw it on the pound Swiss as well. So it looks to have triggered. So by definition, we've our moving averages have crossed. So technically, we would say we are in downtrend. Okay. So what's happened is we pulled back. We've got a situation where we've got an inside candle there, where the little green one is inside the fractal one. And basically the way that you trade it is at the break, we would trade it in this direction. Now, it has broken already, and the current price is almost at the same entry level. So if anybody's interested in it, you could actually enter the trade right now. Your stop would be somewhere above there, probably about, it is the pound yen, so I would say probably about 8 to 10 pips above this candle here that I've just marked. And then your 1-to-1 point I can see would be around about there, where this distance equals that distance, and your 2-to-1 would be around about there somewhere, which is still inside of this level, so there's plenty of room for that one. So if anybody's interested in the pound yen, there is a trade there already, and it has been triggered. Any other questions? Can I just get a show of hands? And please, if you can be honest, who's taken a trade this year? Can I just get a Y for a yes or an N for a no? Has anybody, if you've taken a live trade this year, yes? Or if you've not taken a trade this year, just say no. I just like to see who's active, who's not. I mean, I can go in and have a look, but I just prefer this way. Okay, great. It's been the volatility at the start of the year has been really good. We should never be afraid of volatility, because that's essentially what we look for as traders. As long as we're just trying to find the ones that suit us the most, and we're trying to look for the best trade opportunities. Don't forget, guys, you can get the daily call every day as well, and in there I try and identify a trade which is set to ready to trigger, so that you can at least monitor it, look at it, and get a feel for it. Someone's asked me for the Aussie Swiss. Let's have a look. I think I may have looked at this. That was this morning's trade. This was I think the Aussie Swiss was the daily call trade this morning. Give me 1 second. Let me just double check. 1 second. Yes, it was. So the daily call, the trade of the day this morning was the Aussie, oops, I can't get my pen to work, was the Aussie Swiss daily. And so this was in this morning's video. Basically there's a resistance level, and basically really nice inside candle, and the question mark is, will it trigger, will it work, etc, etc. So that was part of this morning's daily call. So every day when I do this, it's only a small 5 to 6 minute video, I do call out a trade every day. Okay, now I look at every pair and I try to find something with the highest probability. So sometimes you'll see strange currency combinations, but nevertheless it gives you an opportunity to explore and look at different options. So as you can see now, it's already triggered. Okay, so if anybody took this trade, you're probably up around about 15 pips on the trade already. Question being asked, am I going to do a group trade again this year? So you're referring to the trading challenge, Lindsay? Is that correct? That's what I think you're referring to. The answer is yes. It's probably going to start in about 2 weeks' time. Okay, so I will give everybody plenty of notice to prepare, and we will call out and we'll do a trading challenge together, where I will trade my live account with you and call out every trade as I take it live. Okay, any other questions? Question is, why is Kevin's asking a question about spreads. What type of account do you have, Kevin, and what currencies are you looking at? You'll find that our spreads are very competitive to our competitor brokers. You can, if you need to chat about it, give us a call and ask to speak with one of the guys. I need examples of specifics. Okay. Any other questions? Someone's asking me what were the numbers in the last trading challenge. The last trading challenge that we did, I think, was in October. Well, it lasted about 3 months, and it was October through to November. Oh, sorry, I think it was August through to November. We ended up getting just over 60% return over 20 trades. Okay, if anybody wants to see those numbers, let me know. We can send them to you. They were all sent out live, so other people that have been with me longer, you would have seen every trade get called out live. Alright, well, if no one has any further questions, we will wrap up and finish today's class. Again, just remember those times. Tomorrow is the most critical, 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time, when we will get the Supreme Court in the UK delivering their vote results regarding the Brexit. Okay, so if you're trading GBP tomorrow, just be aware of that, because this one is definitely going to move the market a little bit. Other than that, just watch the daily call throughout the week. If you have any questions, get in contact with us. More than happy to help you. Hope you have a great trading week, and I will see you all possibly on Thursday if you come to the final class of price action trading. Okay, bye for now.